I think that this is such an interesting title for our track, Scream Sideways. I'm just imagining the picture, Scream, the painting, and like it's sideways. I don't know, something about that I like. Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you're having a fantastic day out there. As always, thank you so much for joining me and clicking on the video, stopping on in. Today we're going to listen to a little bit Pure Reason Revolution. We've listened to a little bit from the band, and now it's time to dive into just a tad bit more with this particular track, Scream Sideways. We're listening to this because this was suggested and sponsored by Dustin. Dustin, thank you so much for the recommendation and for the request. I appreciate that truly. Let's go ahead and dive on in. I'm looking forward to hearing this one. I feel like it's going to be heavy. If I see Scream, I'm thinking heavy. If I'm thinking Sideways, I'm thinking like heavy. Like the Scream isn't elevating vertically in volume. It's expanding kind of in width. Let's go ahead and give it a listen. Let's see. I like that intro. It's very icy, kind of like the album cover. Hey. That was a great opening. Chugging coming right in line. It's good to be back listening to them. Kind of nice. It's kind of nice. It's a great build-up too. Okay. Elevating. And we've actually heard the track following this, Dead Butterfly. We've listened to a couple albums from the band, a couple songs from the band. I'm putting this on first listen. That's my favorite song from the band. Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah, I'll die on that hill. This is my favorite song from the band that I've heard 100%. I think it's a 10 out of 10 song. I think it's perfect. Every single thing on this thing was great. This was brilliant. I'm going to add this to a playlist because it deserves to be on my prog playlist. Where is it? There you go. Just prog. Scream Sideways. Phenomenal. The band is firing on every single cylinder they got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cylinders. They have it all, and they're blowing them out the water. The opening, the beginning, kind of reminiscent of the album cover. You got the polar bear melting snow. He's a little bit drippy wet. And I love how it begins very cold, almost in isolation. It starts us off, very, very distant. And then little by little, and such in a perfect organic and layering kind of way, everything perfectly in order and in its place, the instruments begin to line up. The band proverbially begins to come out on stage one by one to their instruments and begin to play. And it's not a very long time for them to wait. It's only 3 people that are playing. But regardless, they all come to their places, their marks, and they set it off. And it is such an incredible and magical, dramatic beginning there that kind of sets the scene and begins us. And I think, first of all, that's fantastic. It's a great intro. I'm pulling it back up here so we can dive into it little by little. Great intro. Very ambient. Their soft vocals harmonizing and kind of cooing us into the folds of this particular scene, right? And I'm really thinking tundra and something Arctic when I hear all this. But little by little, and we'll be skipping ahead here just inch by inch. There's that wind, and then the drums come in. And now the melody kicks in. Guitar still hitting some of those kind of hollow notes. When you hear the da-da-da-da-da-da, and that fading away of it and the way that it's used ambiently, I like how it hits in those perfect places with the drums, but it's still left out in the cold. So we're getting movement, but we're not changing the scenery. We're not changing the direction. And then eventually as vocals come in further on, we'll get that more. Little synth on the keys here, just driving us up, right? So first of all, in just those first 3 minutes, we'll say, it's just a perfect build-up. They truly set the scene perfectly, and they allow the music to organically kind of, it's going to sound weird, but lead the way. Obviously, the musicians, the artists, are playing and directing where the music goes, but it feels so naturally done that the music just seems to be in order and just grow and progress in its own natural state. And they did a phenomenal job of that. Looking at this album, this is the longest track, clocking in a little over 10 minutes. And it has the making of a great epic in which, it doesn't, there's some left field moments out in here, but they feel earned. And at least the opening is just a great, what's it called in filming? Establishing shot that also moves the plot along. Okay, skip ahead a little bit. You get that heaviness that comes in, and that's it. I love how when the heaviness of that guitar comes in and we really start rocking, once again, it feels earned, and it feels like the first climax. It feels like the first hill out of many hills that we'll eventually climb on this particular track. And it's just a nice, satisfactory moment to end that first prelude, I would say, that instrumental build-up. And then we move into part 2 here. I love the snappiness of the rhythm, especially when the vocals come in. And, well, I'll mention this later. Well, let's keep going. This... I love that kind of motion when it comes to rhythm in a sense, and the vocals are perfectly following there. To me, it has a kind of taking a big sledgehammer and reaching back and then swinging it down. Da 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 ba da da ba da 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 ba, and the drums perfectly capture that rhythm as well. And I just love that particular sound. I think that it is just brilliant there. Singing is great too. Like, everything is just really fantastic. And can I tell you, if you don't mind me taking a little bit of a side and detour really quick here, if you like this, If you like Pre-Reason Revolution, but particularly this sound and this particular song because it's making me think of them, check out the Deer Hunter. I think you would really like them. Particularly, I'd recommend their album Act 3. Listen to the first song is kind of like a little quick intro. Listen to the first 2-3 tracks. Come back, tell me what you think. Act 3. Go do it. No, go do it and come back here. Okay. But that is brilliant, right? And can I tell you my favorite part of this build-up, right? Very Tool-esque. They go in some different directions here. I wanted to get to that breakdown. This brother. That is the coolest moment. That is one of the best things I've heard from the band. I love how they go into this genty breakdown, and instead of bringing in guitar and instead of Born of Osiris and Veil of Maya doing it, they just let the bass and the drums, some electronics ride that thing out. And it is the coolest, dirtiest, heaviest sound. It is just so cool how they roll into that. And the drumming just perfectly rocking along with it. That was such a cool standout moment. And there's a lot of great moments in this particular track, but that's probably my favorite. Then the guitar follows in, and he gets some interpolations right there as well. Can I tell you, I've been listening to Periphery's new album that just came out, and I still have to dive into it a little bit more. But it's so cool to listen to that, and then this is kind of hitting not exactly a similar pattern, but there's some similarities to it. Anyways, that was a fantastic moment. Keep on going. Soften it out. We'll never get that heavy again, but that was the second hill that we had to climb. And now we have trekked back down the mountain, and we're going up for our final escalation, elevation to the top. And I love how they bring it back to something kind of reminiscent of the ending of the first part, that instrumental. This just pulls things back down. Vibe with it. Still scatterings and ashes of the heaviness from the previous sections, but they're kind of falling away like snowflakes on the ground. And now we're definitely in the lowest part, right? And from here, we build ourselves back up. And I like how this just comes full circle with everything. And of course, we get the finale. Perfect song. I loved every ounce, pound, second, gram of this track. I think that this was brilliant. Just a really enjoyable listen. Scream till you hit the core. Storm after fire now falling. Silence to make you soar. Echoes that fight now run. Fear. It's a cruel bliss and you marred it. It's a cruel bliss and you marred it. You messed this up. This bliss, this perhaps ignorance that we had, you messed it up somehow. Scream till you hit the core. Storm after fire now falling. Silence to make you soar. Echoes that fight now run. Fear. Echoes that fight, like these echoes that come back of some past conflict, action, effect. It's not coming back for us. Your body eludes the night. Your blunt caress anchor. Your bloody rub me come together. The battle looms tonight. Your numb caress ambush. Where bloodied hold me come together. Even lyrically, it's not so much like a normal sentence as the words are going forward, but they're almost like quick implications and quick actions and verbs. These are the pros and wrongs come in fighting. These are the broken words. These are the pros and wrongs come in fighting. And he repeats that over and over. Run, come deep in my love, can't stay here. Turn, come naked and rough. Numb, we lay here. And then repeating that ending once again. So the track is called Scream Sideways. I mean, in totality, if I was to sum this up, I am kind of getting what I said about past actions kind of coming back to, in a sense, fight you again. And you have to have a conflict of sorts against these things. Run, come deep in my love, you can't stay here. Turn, come naked and rough, numb, we lay here. Perhaps this is the... Okay. Your past actions are coming back to haunt you, those echoes of the past. But you can't run anymore. Even if you find yourself vulnerable, naked, and afraid, You have to turn around, confront them, and that way it stops the echo, so to speak. It stops that continuing reverberation following you of those effects, cause and effects kind of thing. Maybe. It's a brilliant track, though. I love this one. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, in the comments down below. Hope that you enjoyed it. Dustin, thank you for the sensational request. This is, I really will die on that hill. I think that this is their best song that I've heard. And I've liked plenty of their songs, but this one takes the cake. Ooh, oh, I could go for some cake. Anyways, hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you so much, as always, for being here. And I will see you all later. Bye.